Hello everybody, happy Cyber Sunday. Michael Farnham here, hope you're doing well. Want to talk about the difference between a tool that is innovative, specifically obviously in the cybersecurity world, something that's really new and actually has a need to meet today, versus the practicality of putting in said tool into an environment and making it work. So one of the things that I've talked about in the past are like security validation tools. I truly think the security validation arena, specifically with the ones that would go into your environment and simulate attacks through your environment, I thought that was an innovative concept. Still do think it's an innovative concept. It's not necessarily brand new. I mean, there are tools that do automated pen testing, that kind of stuff, have been for a little while, but this is kind of a specific area of validating your environment and the other tools that you have in your environment. I think that was very innovative when it came out, and is still a thing I think a lot of people, if not all environments, need. However, we've got a lot of customers that, from a practicality standpoint, when the first versions of that came out, and it's getting easier now, but the first versions of that came out, it was really hard to get in their environment. So innovative product, hard to get in their environment. What happened? Didn't sell quite as much as they thought it was going to, especially in certain areas. Still did well. People put it in, people use it, people still use it today, all kinds of different vendors in that space. But that was kind of that, where do you have a convergence of practicality versus innovation? That wasn't important enough for some people to put in and to make enough of a difference in their environment, because it was hard to put in. Now, today there are things, are tools that people want to put in for cloud security, and just about everybody needs that. Everybody's moving to the cloud, or almost everybody. Being able to secure those environments, find out if you're compliant in those environments, find out if you've got bad configurations, that kind of stuff. We've talked about that on here before, the CNAP area and all those different areas. That, I think, is something that is also innovative, needs to be put in, is solving a problem, and honestly is relatively easy to put into your environment. There's some complications there, but generally you just need an API connection, and you can start pulling out those configurations, and you can get some real live good data actually relatively quickly. So now you've got two areas where the practicality and the innovation are meeting. I talked about a few weeks ago, after I came back from Black Hat, kind of the same thing. There's innovative tech that shouldn't be innovative, which is asset management. Practically speaking, not a very easy problem to solve. But now that we've got all these other tools with all of these other sources of truth, the practicality and the innovation of that tech are starting to come together and starting to meet, and you're starting to get people who are able to put those in, and it's not as difficult as it used to be to do asset management. Another one, which is an interesting case, I think, was when next-gen antivirus came out. Next-gen antivirus, very innovative, was solving a problem of having too many signatures, those kind of things, making those old antivirus tools pretty ineffective. Practically, you had to put a whole new agent everywhere, do all those things, but the need was great enough to where people still did it. I would argue that getting that agent and all the other agents now is making some tools getting distributed more difficult, because people don't want to put agents, but that's a whole nother conversation. So generally, this is more philosophical than anything, but would love to hear your thoughts, read your thoughts on it, on what are some tools that you saw in the cybersecurity industry, as you've been in this industry, that were innovative, solved a problem, and met and were practical enough to put in, or were innovative and were solving such a big problem that the practicality didn't matter, or vice versa, they were innovative, solved a problem, but the practicality really did get in the way of putting those in. Hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Talk to you next time.